Hey everyone, Theron Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight we have Mr. Kameron Harbin on tonight. Kameron is from South Carolina. Kameron is the newest winner of the South Carolina Division BFL division. He just got done winning the Clarks Hill tournament this last weekend, so we're very excited for Kameron. Very excited to have him on the podcast tonight to talk about his win. He's going to give a full recap of the event, so a lot of great material coming your way. Before we get started, let's pause real quick for a quick commercial. Have you ever been out on the water or in the field and you start getting those pinpoint aches and sorenesses? I'm talking about the ones in your ankles, your knees, your elbows, maybe your knuckles, your joints, and your fingers. It's just giving you enough discomfort to where you just don't feel comfortable doing what you love to do as an outdoor enthusiast. Well, then you need the Revital Outdoors CBD Soft Stick. This features 250 milligrams of our premium broad spectrum oil. It's easy to apply. You don't get that greasy residue after using it. It's easy to store in the boat or in your backpack out in the woods. So check it out on our website. The link is directly below this video in the description. Make sure you use code YouTube20 to save 20% off your order. And don't forget, if you spend $100 or more, you get free 2-day shipping. And that being said, let's get back to the podcast. All right. Thank you for joining us back on the podcast. Again, we have Mr. Kameron Harbin onto the podcast tonight from South Carolina, the recent winner of the Clarks Hill tournament with the South Carolina Division BFL. So very exciting stuff coming your way. Before we get started, Revital Outdoors is still excited to announce we are accepting entries into our $2,500 giveaway sweepstakes. All you have to do to enter that sweepstakes is hit the link at the top of the description right below this video. It takes just 2 or 3 seconds to get in, and I promise you're not going to want to miss out on this one. We've got great partners such as the Rod Glove, Cigar Line, Costa Del Mar, Lew's, Strike King, and Tackle Warehouse and on this giveaway. But you've got to get entered, so make sure you hit that link at the top of the description. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. I want to say a big thank you to all the anglers out there that we've interviewed in this podcast this year that are fishing the 2022 BFL tournaments. We've had a lot of great fun with it, and just really excited for all of our subscribers. So make sure you get subscribed. We've got a great thing going on here. Also, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. That's Revital Outdoors. And then also check out our website, revitaloutdoors.com. With that being said, let's bring Mr. Kameron Harbin in to the studio from South Carolina. Kameron, how you doing this evening, bud?
Pretty good. How's it going?
I'm doing good. So, well, congratulations on your win this last weekend. I believe that's your first BFL win. You said before we came on the podcast you finished second before, but this is your first win. Clarks Hill, it's a very notorious bass fishing lake in the country. It always ranks in the top 100 of bass fisheries, especially for tournaments every year. The Elite Series has been there. The Tour has been there a couple of times. So tell us a little bit about Clarks Hill, your familiarity about it, why you like it so much, and then kind of give us a breakdown of what happened this weekend.
Well, I first started fishing tournaments when I was 7 with my grandpa. And one of the first tournaments he took me to was on Clarks Hill. So I've had probably 20 years of experience on Clarks Hill, and I mean it's been awesome lake to me in the past, and I've won a bunch of money there, and me and it get along pretty good. It suits my style of fishing. So
right, this time of year we think about bass fishing around the country, and with the exception of the smallmouth fishing up north because they're bedding right now and it's fixing to get stupid. For the most part, throughout the south and southeast part of the United States, the fish are out deep. It's hot. A lot of fish are chasing herring right now. Not sure about Clarks Hill. What is the forage? What the fish kind of chasing on? And were you fishing deep? Were you fishing shallow? Give us an idea of what Clarks Hill kind of does in the summertime.
Well, yeah, you said it. I mean, there is a herring bite, and there pretty much always is from the spring all the way to the fall. But I typically try to stay away from it if I can. It's so, weather dependent. I mean, they're real fickle out there. And that's mostly offshore deal, but there is brim beds. There's always fish to be caught shallow, and that's how I caught mine. I mean, I did spend some time out deep or whatever on my 1 day of practice, and I caught pound and a half, 2 pound fish, and I was like, this ain't gonna cut it. So I, of course, checked some of my normal shallow stuff, and brim beds, and I still can get any good bites. So I found some creek channel ditches all the way in the back of the creek, and they were just loaded in there. I mean, I caught probably 40, 50 fish in practice, and I probably caught 25 or 30 the day of the tournament, and fishing 3 to 5 foot creek channel ditches as far back as you can go.
Were you like concentrating on one area of Clark's Hill and you found a congregation of what you're talking about, or were you just running a pattern? Like you looked at your map, you found those areas and you just started running them?
I went the way I felt most comfortable, and that was up the lake, middle part up lake. And I just, like you said, I could run a pattern once I found it. I mean, I know certain creeks that are better for it, set up better for it just from experience. But yeah, I pretty much had 5 or 6 creeks that I caught most of my fish in.
Okay, so really cool deal there. Just out of curiosity, how many keepers did you catch throughout the day on Saturday?
I probably, everything I caught was a keeper. I mean, I probably 20, 25 keepers. So
wow.
Yeah, a lot of them were pound and a half, 2 pounders, but I had 1 2 pounder with that 20 pounds that I was like, that's going to cost me. But I kept calling up, ounces with him, and I just knew it was going to cost me, but it didn't.
Did you have a mixed bag of spotted bass and largemouth, or were you relating just to spots or just to largies?
All largemouth, yeah.
All largemouth. See, it's been my understanding, and you look at the history of the Carolinas, there's some phenomenal spotted bass lakes there. We got like Hartwell, Clark's Hill, Lake Murray, but it seems like the guys that win, they're concentrating on largemouth.
Yeah, I mean, some of these lakes now are getting to where you can win on, spotted bass. They're getting big, and you can catch some big ones. But majority of the time, it's getting won with either mostly largemouth or all largemouth. So.
Okay, I got you. You said you were fishing up shallow, kind of the backs of creeks. I assume, mentioning the bluegill beds, you were throwing reaction baits.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I caught them on a crankbait in practice, and I couldn't get bit on it in the tournament. I had to slow down and throw a shaky head. And I did catch 1 or 2 of my fish I weighed in on the topwater plug on the Berkeley Jaywalker.
Okay, really interesting. So, Kameron, you won this event. You're in for the regional now, automatic win. You're in format for the BFL tournaments. I think you only have 1 tournament left in the South Carolina division. That's the Super Tournament in August. So you're already in for the regional. What's the rest of 2022 look like for you? What are your goals? What are you looking at for the rest of the year?
Just fish as many local tournaments as I can. Just keep on fishing every weekend just about. And I'm still going to fish the 2-day at Watery, I think it is, in September, and just fish like I hadn't made it to the regional. Just go in there trying to win it too. So.
Right. Okay. So before we let you go, Kameron, I know looking at your social media, you got a great family, a great support system there in South Carolina where you live. You also represent some great sponsors within the industry as well. So I know you don't do it alone. Anybody you'd like to give a thank you to or a shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, Abu Garcia, Berkeley, all the guys at Pure Fishing. I mean, they've really helped me out a lot. And of course, Phoenix Boats and Mercury Outboards. And I've been using them, my whole pretty much career, and low range depth finders. So, and now with the new Ghost trolling motor, that shallow water, it does the trick. So.
Absolutely. So, well, Kameron, thank you for coming on to the podcast. For all the listeners out there, we've been talking to Mr. Kameron Harbin, the recent winner of the BFL South Carolina Division Tournament on Clarksville Lake. So, congratulations to Kameron. Good luck to you for the rest of the year. Good luck to all the anglers fishing the rest of the BFL tournaments for the rest of 2022. Before we let everybody go, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, you've been watching the rotating banner below this video. Hit that link at the top of the description right below this video. Enter into that $2,500 sweepstakes giveaway. I promise you no angler out there is going to want to miss out on this one. We got great partners involved, and it's going to be a great sweepstakes giveaway for any angler out there, but you got to enter to get in. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. Be safe out there. God bless everybody. We'll talk to everyone very, very soon.